I guess I'm going to say hello and then go into my I am hiding back here telling tales. So,
About rats.
about rats. Well, we are in Baltimore, and that is like a requirement. Like, there's bumper stickers that are a rat that say Balt inside them.
Oh, okay.
That is how much rats are a part of Baltimore culture. Um, so, the Secret of Nim was inspired by a real life science experiment where they gave rats a utopia. They gave them enough food, they gave them enough living situation, everything, so that they would want for nothing. There would not necessarily be struggle or, anything. And it basically destroyed them. They could not function in an idealized situation. They destroyed themselves. I forget the means by which they destroyed themselves, but it was this sort of idea that even given a utopia, want and survival and instincts sometimes will not necessarily.
Well, that's a bummer.
I know, right? And you're like, man, I want to be given like a rat utopia, and
What do you think would be involved in having a rat utopia?
I'd have to read up about it. But the second I said rat utopia, all I could think of was like, there's a whole movie night. We used to do these movie nights where we would have themes and the food would go with it and everything. And you know what would be probably an excellent themed movie night would be
Rat utopias?
rat utopias. So it would be The Secret of Nim.
Perhaps Willard.
It would be An American Tale. There are no rats in America, or cats in America. Anyway, An American Tale. And one of like the
Were they rats or
rescuers.
they mice? Are you sort
They're
of like
mice.
you're crossing over?
Yeah,
I
I think you're sort of.
Are we rat only?
Well,
Yeah,
well,
I
I don't know. You're talking about
rats
rats and Nim. It was building a utopia for the mice too.
Well, no, the rats didn't want them to come.
Right, but the mice won out against that.
But they just went to the lee
Of the
of the stone. That was an important vocabulary lesson for me as a child because I did not understand what the lee
I
was.
really figured they were just going to go to some place where the guy Lee lived.
So, lee was a word
Alright.
I learned
Sharing
because of The Secret of Nim. Most of my early vocabulary was from either Rankin and Bass or Don Bluth related.
Well, we've got plenty of people
Illustrated
tuned in
movies.
already.
Oh,
I'm
I know.
wondering if they've got any
Clearly, you're
opinions on
very
Ratopias.
excited to hear me talk about
maybe they
rats
wanna-
and stuff.
If you could voice in and tell us where your Ratopia movies would be, so we got something to watch.
I don't know. I'm gonna
I doubt
do my
anyone else
part
would mention Willard.
and share. Yeah, you would be the person though.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the Crispin Glover Willard movie in the theater.
Nice. We just rewatched Back to the Future, and so Crispin Glover is weighing heavily on my mind. Hey, Scotland, Irene, it's nice to have you back. You got some Andrew Delaney last night, and now you're back with us. It's awesome.
Smash that share, y'all. You know the drill. I'm working on that now myself.
For those of you without disposable computers, please gently press your share button.
Disposable. Oh, sorry. I thought we were doing. It was like the Who. Just swing it by the power cable.
No,
Oh, you were horrified by that.
I am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mess with your
I
delicate
abuse my
sensibilities?
gear, and even I'm horrified. Let's not bother with that fear. Music streaming collective.
There are no cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese.
Why do you know that?
Because I remember everything I ever saw ever.
I thought she was reading it off of her phone, but she turns out that she was not.
Nope.
It was just coming off the dome.
Coming off the dome.
This is the unfortunate thing about me is I remember if it's set to melody, I'll remember songs I can't even stand often.
Yeah.
almost through it.
I know. I'm trying to make sure I tell the world. Tell the world. How do I get them to what I'm doing? We gotta show them the way. There it is. I'm gonna get a link to what I'm doing.
Heather, what kind of tacos did you get?
I haven't eaten them yet. I got a quesadilla.
Well, that's since you haven't eaten them yet. That's exactly why I want to know.
They
what they
could
are.
still be tacos. They're
Yeah.
What is it?
They're tacos in potentia.
Schrödinger's
Schrödinger tacos. That's not how the Force works.
Your Mexican food could be both a quesadilla or a taco as long as you haven't opened the package yet. As likely as anything.
I suppose.
All right.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
you're
do one more thing
humoring
to
me.
Instagram and be done. Oh, where's my freaking Andrew Delaney graphic?
Andrew
right there?
Delaney. Oh, my phone is not pretty right now.
What is this noise that you're making?
I'm trying to post
She was doing
link
a
and stuff.
some sort of a tongue out face.
That's how I communicate. My husband has explained to many people that that's my language. Is through a series of sticking out my tongue.
It's interesting.
That's not a bad thing.
There tends to be a more standard language that also you could do.
Words are
with
so
tongue
passe.
movements. Yeah.
Well, let's get this thing started.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
I'm going to get a copyright strike.
I'd have to be doing it maybe more worshipfully, perhaps. Oh, Andrew Delaney, Texas totally does, in fact, have an Instagram.
Yeah, I don't know when the last time I've been on there. My wife uses it to send me videos of frogs.
That's what it's good for.
Drop the curtain.
And that's just so she can watch them later, because I'm still not going to be on there.
I will often send Rob things, and he will send me things, and frequently it will be like, yeah, I've seen that. So I suppose the algorithm has indeed figured me out, and I am being served the correct content.
I don't know. Yeah.
'Cause you don't sign on, right?
I don't.
That's the
I
wisest
don't have
method.
it on my phone. I don't have the Facebook on my phone.
That is why.
What is the one app you use most on your phone? And then we should get started.
The app that I use most on my phone, I don't know, Maps,
Maps,
or
okay, yeah.
something like that, because I don't really, Audible sometimes. I just don't engage with my phone very much.
Because we're going to engage with y'all. Can I y'all?
Yeah, we can y'all.
Y'all.
So we're ilyAIMY. We're live from the Lair. We have a special guest. Andrew Delaney is sitting over there. He's like creeping around on the yellow rug. I mean, he hasn't been creeping around on the yellow rug, but he's been eyeballing it. He's looking at taking things off the shelf, examining my literary prowess. And by prowess, I mean my collection. It's nothing too crazy, but we'll talk about that later. We're going to get started. As you can see, we've got Heather Aubrey Lloyd in the house, which we
Although we're all wearing our glasses, so
oh,
it's
right,
very...
exactly. If
Yeah,
if
I'm
you don't
gonna
recognize us-
take it as a direct reference to myself.
Yes, we've never done this before.
Yeah.
Well, Heather Lloyd.
This is a song about politics, except it's not.
That sounds like a Jules Bland intro. Happy Wednesday, my friends. This is our 268th Live from the Lair. That's just madness.
It's not an elephant joke. That's a different song. There it is. I come to you, humble and willing, brave, stepping over the bones of my brethren. I wouldn't come here if I wasn't desperate, but I am too small and I cannot lift this. Once men black can hold terrifying, great and terrible, always in pairs, come to an oracle, trembling and scared. And will I never be great if I refuse to be cruel? And will I always be afraid? Will I always need an oracle? I do not steal like the rats in the rose bushes.
Do not steal like the rats in the rose bushes.
I do
not kill like the owl in the forest.
I will not die like with the kind and the powerless.
I will not die like the
rats
kind
in
and
the
the
rose bushes.
powerless. Do not kill like the rats in the rose bushes. Do not kill like the owl in the forest. So I will die like the kind and powerless. I will not steal. I refuse to be cruel.
So I always be little afraid. I will always be little. I'd rather be little than ever be an oracle.
Mike Jones. Holy crap. It's really, really nice to see you in the comments. Let it be known that Baltimore is not just known for the rats, but it's also known about the possums. Oh, those big-ass possums. Mike Jones and I go way back to working security shifts together at Micah in Baltimore City. And
Worked with Mike Jones?
oh, wait, do we have a different Mike Jones?
So Mike Jones,
Uh-oh, which Mike Jones have we got?
Mike Jones is like big music lover.
Oh, well,
goer
maybe we're a different Mike
I think it's a
Jones.
different Mike Jones.
Oh, shit.
I
Mike
know
Jones,
who this
if
one
you don't know
is.
the possum joke,
How
then
could there
okay.
possibly
Yeah,
be
we have
two
more than one
people
Mike
named
Jones.
Mike
in
Jones?
my personal circle that has never showed up on our stream before. Oh,
Hi,
wow.
Mike Jones. If you're the Mike Jones, I believe you are. I saw you last at the Women's Rock tribute.
If
Just in the comments eventually.
I'm not going to say that I
identify
hope
yourself.
you're a different Mike Jones because that would be rude, but it would be really cool if you were my Mike Jones. So that's just, okay,
I don't think he is.
whatever.
But so let me talk a little about Andrew.
Our guest, our fine guest, Andrew Delaney.
Yeah.
Yes. We all met at an open mic on the road a long time ago.
Like 15 years
Oh,
ago?
easily,
like
if
20
not more.
years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So, and I like registered you and yet did not register you. And then through the series of bizarre songwriter 6 Degrees of Separation, we are friends with a lot of the same people. And I like to think that's because we like good music and are snobby. And so our friends are all of the really good songwriters.
Yeah, sure. That's a good reason.
Andrew being one of them. And I'm really excited to have you here. So Andrew's all the way from Texas.
I am all the way from Texas.
Well, then, without further ado, let's let you introduce yourself to our audience and play us a song, man.
I don't know. You just introduced me to the audience. I drove here from Texas, which again, I mean, I guess it's a weird thing to say on the internet because, you know, no one drove anywhere from anywhere on the internet. I was just texting with my wife, and she's back home. She might be watching. I hope she's watching the stream. I sent her the link, but kind of last minute, so who knows. Anyway, this is a love song that I wrote for my wife. My particular love language is bizarre historical trivia. And she was one of the people that sort of picked up on that, I guess. We were taking it really slow when we were dating, and I was taking it much more slowly than probably needed to happen. But I kind of realized where I was at when I played a show in Austin, and Dottie came down with me, and after the show we met for coffee with her and Justin Farron, who's the guy I was playing with, and she left to go, and I was like, okay, text me when you get home. And at the time I was just referring to her as, this is Dottie, she's the woman I am dating. And my friends have been making fun of me about that. And as soon as she left, Justin was like, that's your girlfriend. It's like, you want her to text her, or you want her to text you when she gets home. That is your girlfriend. And I was like, that's fair. So had that conversation. But anyway, this song is called Napoleon, and it has one of those parenthetical subtitles, which is 3,000 measly dollars. Of course, $3,000 is a pretty significant amount of money, I think, to a lot of people, but also it really depends on what you are purchasing. In the case of this song, it's probably not what you are thinking it is. Well, I believe it's time I tell you that I love you. Though my frazzled nerves, they have failed me in the past, and subtlety, well, it ain't working like I want it to. But I can make another stupid joke. Yeah, let's go with that. And our friends are content to drop hints and stand around laughing. And truth is, well, you probably already know the truth. But I believe they've got a betting pool on if it's ever gonna happen. So maybe you ain't feeling me, or you just want Steve to lose. Take that, Steve. Well, when Napoleon died, some doctor cut him up and harvested his organs, that's true. They gave his heart and other parts to a Corsican priest, I guess, for safekeeping. Oh, don't make that face at me. You asked what I was reading. And there's this poem I admire. It's called Tactics and Strategy. And I've liked it a long, long time, but never shared it with anyone. 'Cause I mean no disrespect to Mario Benedetti. It's just that last line never set right with me, so I'm trying to write my own. So Napoleon's mummified penis was sold at an auction to a urologist in New Jersey. That is also true. And given what it was, you'd have thought it'd bring in a little bit more money. This world has never made much sense to me. I don't suppose it'll start now. But I believe it's time I tell you that I love you. Well, I believe it's time. go. I'm just trying to play songs that I couldn't play at the open mic.
Nice.
You could have gotten away with penis. I mean, it wasn't like
You know, I was really trying to just
you're
like,
classing your shit up.
huh?
You're classing your shit up.
I was trying. I did ultimately say ass on your stage.
That's fine. And you could have said cock. I guess that would have been not as acceptable. So I figured I'd fire back with a love song of my own.
Okay.
And after you do that,
Yeah.
then I know, I think what my probably
You
my
never, one of the wonderful things about these sort of trade things back and forth is that you never quite know where you're going to be inspired to take the next song.
right. I love that aspect.
So you think that now. Oh, Laura Lee, too. Oh, my goodness. We could just have wonderful people in the audience tonight. Robustiano, I saw you go by. Mike Jones, whichever Mike Jones you may be.
He's my Mike
Both
Jones.
Mike Jones are welcome here.
All Mike Joneses are welcome here.
Yeah. Can't say that about all Robustianos, but that particular Robustiano is more than
Do
welcome.
you actually know another Robustiano?
No, but I would really like to meet another one just so I can judge the two together. And be like, your Robustiano-ness pales in comparison to my true Robustiano.
There are way too many Heathers, and unfortunately, I graduated with 5.
You know, I had
So-
5 Daves last night.
Yeah, there were a lot of Daves.
It was a gaggle of
So normally I
dates.
wouldn't start. I wouldn't be throwing this song so early in the evening.
And yet,
And yet, I've got to reply to your love song of realizing that this is the one. Okay, so the one that you can confidently talk about Napoleon's penis with.
and Andrew does something cool on the road. And not with Napoleon's penis. Andrew.
I've never done anything with Napoleon's penis,
Very
just for the
few
record.
people have, I would hope.
I suspect that when in its heyday, it was probably doing okay. But anyway, go ahead.
I know it's gotten a little.
Shriveled.
The edges, I think, are actually legitimately fraying.
Oh,
like
God.
kind of dissolving a little
I'm
bit.
so sorry.
That's okay.
Andrew-
I've looked this up recently.
Collects dice,
I
gaming
do.
dice from the road.
Yeah, I go to independent gaming stores while I'm on tour and try to buy a set of dice in every significant town that I have time to visit a gaming store. This tour, I've really been driving nonstop before I got to stop at Heather's house for a couple of days and on down the road tomorrow.
I'm
but
glad you could get on down to the Gamers Court today.
yeah, it was good.
What kind of dice did you get?
They are blacklight responsive, and they are sort of pink and white and have some blue in them. I haven't gotten to look at them under a blacklight yet because they have only been in my possession for maybe a couple of hours.
Okay,
But,
we'll work on that.
yeah.
So this is a song that I wrote when my wife was a proto-wife. And I was doing the February album writing month thing, FOM. And I realized I'd been in the basement away from my proto-wife for a week, I guess, and just steadily writing and trying to push through, and then realized that my proto-wife might not actually fledge out into full wifedom if I did not go ahead and write her a song. And so I ended up writing about the one thing that we really, really don't connect on. We like a lot of the same movies, we like a lot of the same books, we like a lot of the same music. Role-playing games, not so much.
I'm excited to play this in your presence. I will do my best impression of Kristen when it gets to the solo.
Oh, yeah, so Heather
I
Wood will
got
have to
it.
play the part of my wife.
Yeah.
Over the years, my wife has been played by a number of people. Heather Lloyd has probably stepped in the most often, but I had a whole classroom full of 4th graders be my wife once. I had Dave Benham be my wife once. We shut up and listened to some frogs be my wife once. Jules Blandon, of course, has been my wife a couple times. But that's neither here nor there. My woman, she likes to tug on my beard. She says it helps keep a handle on me. And I can see that as long as she's gentle, I am a delicate thing. I only like the rough and tumble when it's time to come and level up for the occasion. And so I'd say that when I need some direction, my woman, she can come tug hard on my beard. I say to myself, how'd I get so lucky? My friends, they all say, man, how'd you get so lucky? Well, with life, I kissed the dice, and I rolled a natural 20. For those of you not familiar with a natural 20 is the maximum die roll on a 20-sided die. You'll find 20-sided dice in gaming situations such as Rifts or Palladium books. D&D would be a common one. You would never find them in a storyteller situation, right? Because those are D10s, right?
Yeah.
And of course, backgammon is 2d6, so don't be silly. My woman, she likes to drive. My woman, she likes the sci-fi. My woman drove us on 695 and down 29 to see Star Wars 8 or 9 times. But my woman, she's got her rage. She's got opinions on lanes and ran porgs. We blasted past soccer moms and swerving husbands, and we were screaming, "That's not how the Force works!" I say to myself, how'd I get so lucky? My friends, they all say, man, how'd you get so lucky? Well, with life, I kissed the dice, and I rolled a natural 20. Woman, she's independent, kind of worried about singing. My woman, when she finally hears this, she's either going to love it or she's going to hate it. And if she hates it, no one else will ever hear this. Maybe if I gave her a solo. Not one with those pits parts that she hates, one with her bow. Oh. So by way of preemptive apology for accepted song forms with possessive terminology, here we go with Kristen Jones, played by Heather Aubrey Lloyd, on the electric cello, which is her voice.
Kristen.
Does she approve? I took my glasses off, so now I'm hopeless and helpless. So Kristen surprised me with that solo. She was like, I've got this perfect idea for that song where you're requesting that I play a solo. And I was like, oh, awesome, you should play it for me. And she was like, no, show me how to press the record button, and I'm going to do it while you're away. And I was like, oh. And so when I came back downstairs, yeah, it's hot. Oh. Anyways, and so she recorded the Star Wars theme song, and really, I realized that was the only way we're ever going to get famous is if we finally get sued by Star Wars Disney. That should do the trick. Where was I?
Your woman likes board games.
My woman, she just likes board games. No RPGs, no PC games, no TV sports, no psychodrama. Well, Scrabble, yes, paranoia, no. She don't even care about Fallout Go. Just don't play those games. I say to myself, how'd I get so lucky? My friends, they all say, man, how'd you get so lucky? Well, with life, I kissed the dice, and I rolled a natural 20. I rolled a natural 20. That is the tale.
Kristen normally does all that stuff.
Right.
Thank you for those of you who voiced in with the.
That was cute.
That's not how the Force works.
When everybody, yeah. That's the moment in our live shows that makes us feel famous, is when the audience all screams that back at us.
Nice.
Wow, that says a lot about COVID, how it affected our minds that we read that as screaming, even when they don't always use all caps. Yeah,
People have
I know,
at
I
live
know, I
shows
know.
actually sung that back at us
Yeah, it's
en
pretty
masse.
lovely, pretty
Anyway,
lovely.
Andrew.
Yeah.
And that was the
I'm
end.
sorry. Is there a?
Stared
Am I
longfully
obligated
at each
to
other.
do a thing now? I don't know. It's a song that I wrote about growing up as a goth kid in small town Texas. There's not a huge goth community in Cedar Hill, Texas. Certainly not in the 90s. But we made do. There were about 4 of us. But to increase our numbers, we decided to join forces with like-minded individuals. So we started hanging out with the theater kids. That worked out. Turns out, they like wearing makeup and being dramatic. So it all turned out. But turns out there's only one thing that can happen when you get theater kids and goth kids together in small town Texas. Oh, there's 2 things that can happen. But this is a song about the other one.
Hey, Crystal.
Oh, to be 17 again. Cat piss house and a mean old man. Couple friends who understand 'cause they grew up just the same. Connie, Chewy, Jack, and Beth. Well, she's in love with Meredith, who's been saying she'll kill herself since I can't remember when. While the whole damn world's a 4A football game. Well, we knew where we'd be when Friday came. Midnight at the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Eyeliner and pantyhose, yeah, that's where I wanna go. Well, someday I believe I'm gonna leave this town, cross that bridge and burn it down. But I ain't thinking about it now. Tonight it's me and my best girl in the old routine, and those fearless bastards shadowing the screen. Hey. Well, they punk me every day at school, call me faggot in the locker room, but hell, I'll get it worse at home if it's one of those bad days. So I just keep quiet and try to bide my time, singing science fiction in the back of my mind. Midnight at the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Eyeliner and pantyhose, yeah, that's where I wanna go. Well, someday I believe I'm gonna leave this town, cross that bridge and burn it down. But I ain't thinking about it now. Tonight it's me and my best guy in the old routine, and those fearless bastards shadowing on the screen. Hey. Well, things changed back in '99 when we lost him. We chose our paths and off we went. Never did the time war again. At midnight at the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Eyeliner and pantyhose, yeah, that's where I'd wanna go. Well, back then, before I up and left that town, crossed that bridge and burned it down. Well, I'm thinking about it now, about me and my best friends, the old routine, and everything I was at 17. Midnight at the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Nice.
So some people know and some people don't that when I we'll tell special levels of business since it's the it's the crew. This is all intimate. So when I was a senior in high school, my boyfriend was like, "Come go to my college," and then dumped me before I got there. But he dumped all his other friends too, and so they came to me and they're like, "We have this thing. We think you should come and be part of community." And that thing was Rocky Horror. And so I joined the cast, except my ex-boyfriend decided to stay in the cast. And so when I was Frank for That Is Who I Played, with a sock shoved down the front of my junk and my double D boobs taped down, he was Rocky. And that was wild. But that was like one of the most liberating things, because I was not like that way. Like, that was one of the most liberating things I ever did in my life, in front of 700 people, because it was the 10-year anniversary or something. It was something crazy.
Yeah.
And I was a pretty good Frank, and I was taught by someone who was a diehard and knew like every stupid Band-Aid, every marking that you should have.
Laura Lee, you are not wrong. I've seen the pictures.
Yes, they are. I don't know if I have them up here somewhere, but at some point, like Kristen Jones on Facebook, Randy Camera was our photography guy, and it was the April one. I'll find it at some point, maybe while Andrew's playing, and I'll pop it up for later in the show. But yes, there's lots of photographic evidence of this. The other thing I thought when you were talking about what those types of kids do is Denny's.
Yes.
Because that was the other
I
thing.
spent a lot of time at
We spent a lot of time at
the
Denny's.
Denny's at Preston and Plano Parkway in Plano, Texas.
Nice. Ours was College Park. So now I'm torn. Like, I have two different songs in my head inspired by those things.
Curious to what those two things are going to be.
So I will give you the choice. There's a reason. So I'll tell you, I'll play them both at some point, but right now one of these two things is getting played. Either Silent Little Bells or Animal Crackers, for reasons.
Silent Little Bells is more gothy, and I feel like that's the reason.
But there's
that we
actually
should, I know there's other reasons,
Yeah.
but I feel like we should go with the darkness.
Okay, so
we should be one of his dark kids right now.
Okay. So the other reason I picked this was Andrew and I were having an interesting conversation last night about words that really are awful words and the necessity to include them in songs when they are a direct quote or when they are hurled at you. That it's important to have the weight of that stuff, you know. And so, like, there is a word in the song Andrew just did that, you know, some people bristle at, as they rightly should. When I wrote this song, I was very uncomfortable with the word whore, and I used to swallow it all the time when I sang it. And then I think I hit my 40s, and I was done with that. So that is a fascinating thing that happens in your 40s as a woman. So this was, Rob and I do a murder ballad program, like Why Do the Women Always Die? And I had written my own murder ballad. And the hardest thing was trying to figure out how I was going to kill everybody. The world is your murder oyster.
You should check out the song "Ghost" by Kate Clem.
Oh yeah, because you and Kate do.
I produced that record, but more importantly, it's just like an incredible song that sort of takes a look at that trope in a different way, and it's really, really incredible song. So.
I'll take a listen to that for sure. All right, so yeah. There to a hole in the cold, cold ground on a gray, gray day. Into a hole down, down, soft place for us to lay. I buried us in a secret place. None will go. Bluebells in the field, the only wreath we'll ever know. No churchyard will ever hold our sad, sad sin. No coin of copper, silver, gold to buy our way in. No stone to mark the bitter place where we lie. No stone but my heart, no one's tears but mine. Can you hear judgment in the trees? How they say I will never rest in peace. They will say lies I can never untell. See, the only hymns sang for him from silent little bells, silent little bells. Well, I loved a man in the worst of ways. Loved me once, loved me, but he left me with his son. But the sun, he did not rise when it was his time. I begged my love to bury our son. He said it was none of mine. The world had judged me hard for what it did not see. The woman is a whore, but the man, he goes free. So tell me now, for all my pain, can it be a sin for a woman done wrong to do the man done it to that man right? And can you hear children in the trees? How they say I will never rest in peace. They will say lies I can never untell. See, the only hymns sang the hymn from silent little bells, silent little bells. I took my love to an old, old place on the edge of town. I told him he could take and lay me down. I let him kiss me deep on the edge of a well. I took my lover in my arms, took us both to hell. Into a hole in the cold, cold ground on a gray, gray day. Into a hole down, down, soft place for us to lay. I buried us in a secret place. None will sing. Bluebells in the field, bluebells in the field, bluebells in the field. And I don't want to rain.
Nice.
Thank you.
So, y'all did a sort of a murder song where it was murder talk happening between. I don't normally play this song, but
My brain is a little bit like, you're okay being in our basement as we talk about murder, right? It's not a murder basement. It's fine. You're fine. You're safe. You're safe here.
I feel like there'd be more plastic up if it were like
plastic sheeting.
Yeah,
I was
like
like,
a-
I've got lots of plastic action figures. What are you talking about?
no, yeah, but action figures, they don't keep the walls clean.
Very true. Very true.
So if it was a respectable murder basement,
What are you tuning into?
plastic sheeting. I am tuning my A string to a G.
Hi, mommy.
In a tuning that is I affectionately call fake banjo tuning.
I'm intrigued.
But I wrote this song quite a long time ago, and I played it around sort of open mics and little showcases around Dallas, and I thought, isn't this thing strange? And this guy, D. Anson Brody, who Heather knows,
We know her.
yeah,
Bass player. You remember.
he started playing it, and much louder and more bombastically than myself, and it sort of became one of his songs, and he recorded it and whatever. And then I played it at a conference, and does anybody know who Ronnie Cox is?
Oh, yes.
We're good friends. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ronnie, for those who don't know, is a folk musician, but also an actor. He was in Deliverance. More importantly to me, he was the primary villain in RoboCop.
Right. I'm like, where would you even bring Deliverance up? Anyway.
But so Ronnie heard this song, and he started singing it. And a little while after he started doing that, I ran into him, and I was like, "Hey, I know you've been playing that song. How's it been going?" He's like, "It really splits a room."
I can hear him saying that.
So, there with that ringing endorsement, I present this song, which maybe I'll remember how to play. Well, in the distance, I could still see those carnival lights. The sky was black. The moon was green. It was me and a shovel and a friend of mine and a can of gasoline. Well, I had to tell someone, so I told Gary the geek. Yeah, but he told the dog boy who always had a bone to pick with me. And when it got too big, Hilda, oh hell, you should have heard that fat lady sing. I brought the whole circus down the night I killed Bubbles the clown. Well, Ringmaster Charlie was headed for the border that day. Yeah, but they caught him south of Austin, hauled him in and put him in chains. And now he's driving them rail spikes, and I hear he still curses my name. I brought the whole circus down. I brought the whole circus down. I brought the whole circus down the night I killed Bubbles the clown. And now the pinhead's in the pen, the flying Frenchman's in the ground. Hung himself from the trapeze when the law came sniffing around. They found the trailer in the woods, but not a shred of the remains, just the walls, all covered in blood and grease paint. I saw the prosecutor drooling, just describing the scene. That old court went kangarooing, nobody got away clean. Nobody but me. And I don't expect you to ever understand. So I take the truth to my grave. But under the makeup, he was a different man. And I think it's better this way. I brought the whole circus down. I brought the whole circus down. I brought the whole circus down the night I killed Bubbles the clown.
Now I get the Tom Waits part of your.
Obsessed. That's so good.
That's fun. That's very fun.
It's,
Fun for a given value of killing clown
stop.
songs.
that's always the caveat that people bring up. They're like, that song is that. Yeah, I believe my friend Mike said, he's like, that would be some Poncho and Lefty shit if it wasn't about killing a clown.
That's actually probably the best description. Yeah. No, because I love that. I love that.
And cool tuning, cool tune. Very cool. Do you play along with others at all?
Do I play with a band, or
No,
do I
You
have any
jam.
friends?
If I said to you, this is a pretty straight song.
No, I would not. I would
even-
not join
okay,
you.
Not even with bass.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Okay, I just checking.
if I had a bass guitar and rehearsal.
Oh, not to mention you've had your way with this, though, if you're doing what I think you're about to do.
Yeah, I figure I have no response but an actual Tom Waits
Yeah,
song.
that's all there is.
Dark and delicious. I do want to remind you, we do accept tips. If you want to donate to the cause this evening, paypal.me/ilyAIMY. This is live from the Lair number 268, which is just madness to say. But the most important thing about inviting people into our basement is getting them back out. And the best way to do that is to give them gas money. So if you want to throw something into there, paypal.me/ilyAIMY or Venmo at ilyAIMY. It's written across the top of your screen.
That does sound like is a getting them back out situation where you would be like rolled in plastic sheeting.
No, I would never. No, man, I would roll the plastic sheeting. I wouldn't get another song out of you like that. That was just
Yeah, really. We
Nice.
want all the songs first.
Oh, okay. Well, that one's quite old, so that one's been out. So
So, yeah, that thing where you're like frantically writing in your head because they're coming back, almost likely kill you in the morning, and they come back down in the morning, and you're like, I wrote another song. I'm not done yet, and we keep milking you. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. Oh, maybe that's the
Yeah,
murder ballad I
I-
need to write, is the one where I keep a
keep the
singer-songwriter in my
basement?
basement.
That's actually
to milk them, that is
I had to milk
extra.
them of ideas.
No, it really sounded very literal.
Never mind. We are ilyAIMY in the basement in Baltimore, milking Andrew Delaney from Arlington, Texas. That's a terrible intro for this song. This is a Tom Waits tune, which is, like I said, the only way I can follow. Sane, they're all gone insane. Fireman's blind, the conductor is lame. Cincinnati jacket and a sad luck dame, hanging out the window with a pocket full of rain. Clap hands, clap hands, clap hands, clap hands. Roar, roar, the thunder and the roar. Son of a bitch ain't coming back here no more. Moon in the window and a bird on a pole. Always find a millionaire to shovel all the coal. Clap hands, clap hands, clap hands, clap hands. I said steam, steam, 100-bed dreams. Going up to Harlem with a pistol in his jeans. $50 bill inside a paladin's hat. And nobody's showing Mr. Knickerbocker's at. Roar, roar, the thunder and a roar. Son of a bitch ain't coming back here no more. Moon in the window and a bird on a pole. Always find a millionaire to shovel all the coal. Clap hands, clap hands, clap hands, clap hands. I said steam, steam, 100-bed dreams. Going up to Harlem with a pistol in his jeans. $50 bill inside a paladin's hat. And nobody's sure where Mr. Knickerbocker's at. Shine the Roosevelt dime all the way to Baltimore and running out of time. Salvation Army seemed to wind up on the whole. They all went to heaven in a little rowboat. Clap hands, 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 clap hands. Tom Waits song from Bone Machine, I think. Unless it's Rain Dogs. It's probably Rain Dogs, actually.
It's one of that, like, yeah, one of those Swordfish Trombones, Rain Dogs era kind of deals. Weirdly, I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't. Tom Waits, one of my favorite songwriters. But
When did you first encounter him? How did you encounter him?
in the parking lot of the Denny's at Preston and Plano Parkway, somebody was talking about some weird music, and they put on Big in Japan.
Oh, nice.
Nice. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be looking into this. And then I got into all of the sort of weird late Tom Waits, and then went back and listened to the early stuff, and just follow him pretty obsessively anytime he releases material.
I love realizing that moment where we come from, like where we find some music that is like integral to your personality, or integral to your writing, or integral to just like how you hear music.
Yeah.
And Tom Waits definitely struck me
Yeah,
that
he's
way.
one of very few artists that I have like a crystallized moment of the first time I heard it. Like I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard Nine Inch Nails. I remember exactly where I was when I heard Steve Earle from the first time.
Huh.
So,
One of the things that was, thank you again so much for being my feature last night. Like, it was so marvelous to have your writing and your music be played to our open mic community, and that was magnificent. But of course, we were also under the pall of Ozzy Osbourne's death. And so that thing I've had to come to terms with the fact that like we are this gathering that happens. You know, we're not just a listening room. We're not just a quiet room. We're not just sharing songs. We're like sharing this community thing, especially as people feel like under threat, frankly. But I remember stepping out into the room last night, into the foyer, and they were all sharing their first moments with Ozzy Osbourne songs or Black Sabbath songs. And they were like, "Oh no, haven't you heard this one?" And they were doing that thing where like, and I was sitting on my couch and my older brother played me this song, and I thought it was a really cool moment of these like really beautiful stories being told, along with. It's so nice that we can have our phones and just play that song real quick at each other, and I've loved being able to eavesdrop on that moment in my little community. Rob forbid, or whoever, what deity we can pray to, keep the bubble around Tom Waits. But that moment when we're all going to be telling those stories about Tom Waits, I bet 75% of my friends and songwriting friends especially like have stories like that about when they first encountered Tom Waits.
Yeah.
Dark room in high school. But
I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard Justin Farron.
Nice. Yeah. I do too, but it was in the ballroom of a conference that I am now running. So it's like it was
like cheating.
already a thing.
It was one of those someone was like, wait, and like pulled over the car and played like something.
No, and I've had all those kinds of moments. I remember the first time I heard the Mountain Goats. I know exactly where I was the first time I heard that.
He brought them to me.
Yeah, and it was like one of those things where there was a whole playlist going by, and like blanking, have no idea what any of it is, and then No Children played, and I was like, I'm going to put that away for later. I'm going to go find this person. And now, obviously, John Darnielle, huge influence on a lot of the stuff that I do, and I really enjoy him as a human being. Speaking of favorite songwriters, I guess we'll do that. I'm going to go see... I'm going to drive to Chapel Hill, North Carolina tomorrow to go hang out with Wes Collins, who is, not only one of my favorite songwriters of all time, but also probably my dearest friend. But one of the last times I was in Chapel Hill, my other very dear friend, Anita Collins, passed away in December of 2023. And it gutted me, so I can't even imagine, what it was like for her family. But she was a published author, had won some awards, and Wes himself, they had made a pact, Anita and Wes, to become writers in their 40s, and before too long they had both become award-winning writers. He was a songwriter, and she was a novelist. And short story writer. So that happened, and the bat signal kind of went up in our group of friends, and me and Aaron Smith and Justin Farron and Crystal and Pete from Ordinary Elephant, we all converged on Chapel Hill. I drove in so everybody would have a car that was flying. And we rented a house down the street from Wes's house. And just to be near him and give him anything that he needed. And Anita's memorial fell during that time period, so we went to that. And it was at an independent bookstore down the street from her house, because they weren't religious people. And Anita, closest thing to a church she had was this little indie bookstore down the street. And they knew her, and so they gave us kind of carte blanche to set up in there. And we were doing that, and we were setting up and telling stories and trying not to be as sad as we were. And one of the employees was overhearing us, I guess, and we were laughing too much or something. We really bothered this person. He busted into the room and got right into Wes's face, of all people, and said, I'm glad you guys are having such a good time mourning your friend, but some of us have to work. And then this dude burst into tears and just ran out of the room. And so there's clearly some other story going on there. But Wes, being Wes, turned to the rest of us and was like, man, I sure hope that guy's okay. And so I don't know, that's the kind of person Wes is. But I wrote this song for him. Yeah. So you feel like crying? Oh, I feel like crying too. I'm a thesaurus, wide open to the word blue. And if I'm hurt this bad, I can't imagine what you're going through. What the hell are we gonna do? Well, if I gotta drive all day, well, I can, so I will. Tell the whole world to wait, well, I can, so I will. And should the hard times stay or the good times come, I will be here still. I can, so I will, yeah. And somebody said she was a nice lady. You said, tell me something I don't know. I said, you spilled some coffee on your suit coat. And what was up with that bookstore, bozo? Oh, no. Something about Raymond Carver. And if I gotta drive all day, well, I can, so I will. Tell the whole world to wait, well, I can, so I will. And should the hard times stay or the good times come, I will be here still. I can, so I will, yeah. And while we're stuck with this stuff that we must do, no, I'm down for whatever you're up to. And if I've forgotten to tell you enough, dude, I fucking love you. And if I gotta drive all day, well, I can, so I will. Tell the whole world to wait, well, I can, so I will. And should the hard times stay or the good times come, I will be here still. I can, so I will. I can, so I will. So you feel like crying? Oh, I feel like crying too. Oh, you feel like crying? Well, I feel like crying too. I feel like crying too.
Very sweet.
Very nice. We had Wes at the Spark in March, and that was my first encounter with him, and I really dug him.
That's
and I was really sad that I couldn't have him the next night here, and we talked about that, and it seemed like it would have been a really nice, a cool thing. Yeah, that was a great line, the thesaurus line. Laura Lee, totally true. Yep. Even as a colorblind individual, I relate.
Okay.
Heather, where are you taking us?
I gotta think about this for a second. Cause like I'm a jerk and I don't write like cute, sweet songs for people. In fact, I think I maybe know where I'm going. So I just finished up. Finally, thank God, the album that has survived. You know what? Plague, studio robbery, and a wildfire.
That's the song you write.
I don't even know how. It's like,
It's too many things to fit in a song.
well, it would give you could do the 3 vignette, you know, so the plague, larceny,
I was
and
going to say, it's exactly the right number of things to
Probably.
put in a song.
so one of the things, there's a song on the album that's 15 years old. And the reason why I put it on the album is because I was supposed to play it at somebody's wedding during pandemic, one of our diehard fans. And of course, pandemic took that out. And we recorded like a real quick and dirty version to send them so they could have it at their wedding. And when I did this album, my buddy Justin McMahon and I do this song as a duet. He always thought this was a dark horse hit. I thought it was just too weird. And man, if I'm allowed to say it, the finished version of this song with his guitar and the vocals and everything, it's like a folk panty dropper. I kid you not. I'm a little proud of it in that way. So I'm excited for this to go on the album, and really what it started as before these people reclaimed it as theirs, because it's theirs now. And one of the people is trans, and so it feels so much more
Do you
meaningful
think
now.
that mentioning your Panty Dropper song I would know exactly what you're going. I still have no idea what song this is.
The
So
couple
please
whose
keep
wedding we didn't go and play this at.
There was like 5 of them.
This was originally written to a prompt.
Like I said, we're the old married couple.
This was originally written to a prompt. The prompt was kazoo, and the song that I wrote was basically how songwriters always wind up dating people who want songs written about them, but you're not going to like the ones you're going to get because we choose, you don't choose. And I was like, what if you don't have it? You know, what if you don't have the song? And so this is a love song for when you don't have the song. There you go.
I don't remember how to play it.
I know it's been a minute. If I had a song in my hands, won't find its way to a strum, would you think that I loved you less? Wonder if I'd gone numb if I had a song in my mouth. Won't find its way to a word. Would you think I had nothing to say? Just 'cause it couldn't be heard. 'Cause you make me feel like singing, but sometimes the notes just won't come. But even when my love goes unsung, well, I can still hum. Here with your head upon my chest, you must feel a beat like a drum. Is that music enough to your ears? Or would it just let you down? 'Cause you make me feel like singing, but sometimes the notes just won't come. But even when my love goes unsung, well, I can still hum. Don't feel slighted, I have pulled all nighters, writing all of my thoughts on our love. But to do it justice, I'm afraid I must admit I'm not the one. And it's your fault, really, 'cause you make me silly, and I forget where all my songs come from. But even when you strike me dumb, I can still hum. You make me feel like singing, but I've got better use for my tongue. I can still hum. Oh, even when I kiss you.
I remember that fondly. I like playing that. Physically, it feels nice under my fingers. I enjoy playing that song.
I didn't have nails, and I went to do things that normally I use the nails for, and I was like, oh.
Felt nice for me to play this song. I'm sorry about your physical torture. I am almost sorry about your chair. During the clown song,
appropriate.
I suddenly was very aware of the creaking of the chair, and I was like, "Oh no, I should have tightened
They
that
can't
before
hear
there was a
it.
guest." And then during the clown song, I was like, "No, this is the perfect sound. Oh my God, use it! I should have mic'd his ass."
Please do not mic my ass.
I know. I've got
One
a
of
whole
your
college
friends did
story.
that
I'm
in
not going into that.
college.
Yeah,
we
I'm
had
not going into that, no.
tacos, you know,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
dinner. Anyway, no.
That moment when you were like, "So beans before the basement show, huh?" Yeah, you didn't quite say it, but you implied.
No, it's
Neither
fine.
here nor there. Please, back to Andrew Delaney.
That was a love song. This is a love song. I co-wrote this with a neighbor who I've never met. But you know, I think about him often. I'm sure it's a guy, judging by the volume of his vehicle, and the seismic vibrations put out by the engine of that vehicle. But he helped me realize some things, so it wasn't all for nothing. Anyway. This is actually with a pick, and I'm playing it with my finger. Okay. I mean, who'd run a truck that loud? Rattles the whole damned house. A grumpy man says to his wife, and when did I turn into this guy? Oh, you know the type, boring suburbanite. Got my medication right, took a few years of ordinary life. Found what I need and I got my medication right. I got it right here. You know, I used to sleep in a parking space. And I used to drink to have something to chase. And I hung out with the strung out and wired. Just remembering makes me so tired. Oh, you know the type, boring suburbanite. Got my medication right, took a few years of ordinary life. Found what I need and I got my medication right. Got it right here. I got it right. Na, 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 na. Laying in bed beside you, wondering who'd run a truck that loud. I guess I got nothing to complain about. I got nothing to complain about. I got nothing to complain about. I got nothing to complain about.
I chose Rob's next song based on your song.
Oh, nice. Well, that's good.
So I was like, I mouthed the words to him, like, to get him where I want him to go.
All these twos popped up.
Two,
What happened
two.
over
I
there?
pressed the wrong
That's okay.
pedal
Oh.
board thing.
Oh, okay.
Hee. That's funny.
It's been a gremlin-y kind of night.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Kristen normally does the camera switching with her foot, and so I'm out of practice with doing the.
Oh, okay.
We each
It's
have a job.
Ronnie Cox's birthday today.
Is it really?
Well, shit, I should text him.
Interesting.
It's weird the people we have on our phones. Like sometimes I'm just like, this is crazy that I have this person in my phone.
Colin Hay.
Colin Hay. So getting your medication right immediately popped this song into my head of Rob's. So I chose this.
It's an old song.
It is an old song.
Try the green one, it's been guaranteed to lay your head the way you want it to. I know you're tired of fighting this fight. Well, set it down now, let it sleep. So good to see in shades of gray again. I've never seen the reds that you've seen. You rub this into me most every day, but I miss crimson just the same. Red one, then you know it stays inside your head. It keeps you warm inside like alcohol. Yeah, I never understood that one all too well. It's just another pill for the common man. There's enough in there to dull down the pain I feel for 3 long days at least. That's enough time for your standard resurrection. Whoever comes to fill your next prescription, they're gonna be a brand new man. No, I step in front of change just to feel the pain of gravel as I step back out of range. These new bullet trains, they got what I got in my mind. Too much speed to get away. Step to the doors again, I heft my axes for the world again. I am armed and armored, flannel toothed and guarded. I set my blade to earth 6 long years ago, and today it's a sin I don't want to penetrate, and I never stop to get his name. Well, there's enough in there to dull down the noise I fear, keep me from thinking of his face. It ain't enough to get me through those rough spots, but I'm gonna take every pill that I can take. The games of Jersey Walls, they got no sense of humor after all, playing games of guardrails in the night. And I can't think straight, so I'm just gonna try and soar straight, keep my eyes closed through it all. Got one thing left, you know it's guaranteed again. Just let your blood rest in its tubes. Mixed right with your chemistry, it closes the mind's third eye you see. And derives the juices from your head. Seeing with the mind's eye, it's got its price to pay. And closing it has a cost again. If that's not a cost that you think you can meet just quite yet, well, we'll meet again this time next week. You know I step in front of trains just to feel the pain of gravel as I step back to range. These no bullet trains, I got what I got in my mind. Too much speed to get away. I'm playing games with Jersey walls, they got no sense of humor after all. Playing games with guardrails in the night. And I can't think straight, so I'm just gonna try and soar straight. Keep my eyes close to the wall. That is hard to play sitting down.
Sorry.
I suspect that's difficult to play in any situation. There's a lot going on.
Only he can
There's a
do
lot
it.
going on. There's a lot going on. But yeah, my arm is like, but that's an old song from a friend of mine, when a friend of mine went to his psychiatrist and psychologist both in the same day, and I felt that he was not in need of quite that level of care, but he felt that he was. And is mixed in with a lot of things. I came the long way around, I feel, to songwriting, and that's back from the place where just jamming a whole lot of stuff into it and just getting the I'm a vomit writer.
Yes.
And just get it all out in no particular order. Blah blah blah. There's a song called Argonauts. Thank you for requesting it, Heather Aubrey Lloyd.
Yes.
I don't know what to play.
Yay, we broke it.
Yeah. Just trying to think of what I might want to play.
I like the moment of, you're just like letting the capo sort of the capo is Ouija boarding its
I was
way
thinking
towards
that
sort of some
exact
song
thing.
or
Yeah.
another.
Maybe. That's that song. Okay. And the last time I played this, I put the capo in the wrong place and really bummed me out because I was on stage at the Kerrville Folk Festival at the time. It was like kind of a rookie mistake for such a large stage.
It's like, we're in this key now.
We were not. I stopped and moved the capo. But okay. So this song has kind of a talky, long intro. So you'll notice many of my songs have that. But I'm a mentally ill person. I'm bipolar type 2, which of course is like the fun one. And like I have bipolar type 1 is typified by what they call mania, which has some psychotic elements to it and can be very dangerous for the people experiencing it, for the people around them. And then bipolar type 2 is typified by what they call hypomania, which is like the single greatest feeling in all the world. You just feel it rolling up and you just feel really productive. And I'm going to clean my house. I'm going to get a bunch of songs written. I'm going to do some recording. I'm not going to have to sleep or really eat very much for the next couple of days. It's a whole big deal. It's like getting drugs for free. The problem with it is the other side of it is often these deep depressive spells. And I used to have long periods of time, like days or weeks, where I wasn't getting out of bed really. So during one of those periods, I was reading science articles on my phone because that's the energy level that I had. And I read about this plant called a Judean date palm. Are you familiar with this at all? you
Because the
guys?
word Jew is in it.
No.
That's not what he meant at all.
I know. No, I do
No,
not.
it's a palm plant that lived in the area of Israel, where all the Bible stuff was happening. And it was a significant plant in the time because, like, when they laid palm fronds down at Jesus' feet, they would have been Judean date palm leaves. Anyway, very important plant back then, but then the climate shifted a little bit, and they all completely died out. And then about 60 years ago, they were excavating Herod's tomb in Israel, which is another biblical character, and they found this, like, sealed ceramic jar that carbon dated 2,000 years old, and they cracked it open, and they found seeds in it. And they planted them, and none of them did anything, but one of them grew in to a Judean date palm, which is now still alive. So I thought that was very interesting, and I wrote about it. Hopefully this is the right key. Hello out there. It's been a long, long time, 2,000 years. One of a kind, and here to seize my moment in the sun to rise and shine. Rise and shine. Well, I remember when Jesus was young, a carpenter. The carpenter's son. And then one day, the word come from the sky to rise and shine. Rise and shine. Stuck in stasis, lonely, dark places, perfectly patient and always waiting for you. Well, they put me here for some kind of reason that isn't clear, but I must believe that if you're looking for a sign, well, I'm plain as any you might find, that you can start again. Just drink the light in through your skin and rise, rise and shine. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
Nice.
So it can't make more of it because it can't fertilize. It doesn't have a buddy, right? That's really sad.
It's sort of a lonely tree. I think they've been able to splice it together with
some other
more modern
okay.
date palm trees, but yeah, the
'Cause
original
that's
is
a-
kind of singular.
That's a date palm tree that can't date. A palm tree to make more date palm trees.
I want to make a palm joke now, but that's,
Yeah, I
that's
feel
wrong
like
of
you
me.
could make it's a date palm tree that can't date and therefore must
Yeah.
rely on its palms.
But we're boys.
Nice.
Thanks. Okay.
All right,
You
so-
are giving me the Folk Alliance 3 a.m. showcase vibe
Yes.
right now in my basement, which is sort of wonderful. I was talking.
Are
to
you
a
are you just really tired or
No,
it's the
no. It's that,
feels.
like,
it's
it's-
when you reach the hum.
the
of
hum, the
feels.
emotional.
Okay.
There's an emotional. there's an emotional, vulnerable thing that happens at folk alliance, I think often, where like everyone's been up for days.
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. and you're sharing these songs, and you are probably playing songs you hadn't meant to play. You are fraught and on the edge you're on the ragged edge of emotionalism, and those are my favorite moments. That's what that channeled for me just now. So that's a positive.
I guess.
That's a positive. No, that song made me really tired. It made me hope there's like a really shitty breakfast in the morning, and it made me want to hand flyers to people that are going to throw them away. No, none of those things.
Oh man.
There's an obvious place to go, and I'm not going to go there because
You're
I played
wise.
it last night, and I don't want to do it again because I'm.
I do want to take this opportunity to remind you, paypal.me/ilyAIMY or Venmo at ilyAIMY. If you want to support the evening, this is week 268 of Live from the Lair, and our special guest is Andrew Delaney. And we want to make sure he's got gas money to get to North Carolina's next. Is that right?
That's right. Driving to North Carolina tomorrow.
And last night he played my open mic. And, open mics are big money animals, but we want to top it up. Anything you put in there is always most welcome.
Yeah. And visit my website, andrewdelaneymusic.com. Sign up for my email list. That would be andrewdelaneymusic.com/contact. The email list has gotten very important because, as I mentioned earlier, potentially, I don't really do the social media thing. So I would love to be able to contact people who are interested in my music without involving billionaires of any kind. That'd be nice.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do a song that you don't want to do because we haven't really practiced it.
Oh, no, not that. Okay.
No. So on the new
That
album,
could be the part now, though. Just
Yeah.
start playing that over literally whatever she starts playing.
And that's how he died.
So the new album has some songs that deal a lot with sort of loss, but not in like a super downer way. This song was inspired by a meme that I saw that enraged me. It was pink pastel, and I don't know if you've ever read a meme and like there is a voice that goes with it in your head, and it is not one you enjoy. Yeah, that's perfect, actually. So it was pastel pink, and this was the voice it read in my head was, "What you lose is not meant for you," which enraged me because during pandemic, many things were meant for me, and I lost them, and it was hard. And so I decided I wanted to write a song about sort of spending time being with your grief. We rush people through that stuff a lot. And on the album, there is a conservatory amazing flautist, and the bridge, which I saw as a dream sequence, I brought in a harp player from the Reno Philharmonic to play for 30 seconds, and it is the most glorious 30 seconds of harp you will ever hear in your life. Branches were rattling, a cold birthday morning, unruly balloons struggling in the back of a car, caught in the currents, a flutter of a movement. I saved what I could, let fly what I could not. How far can you chase what the wind takes over mountains and out to the sea, floating away, nothing to say but wait for me. flash of a kiss, the flush of her skin, a moment of stillness at the core of a storm, but pressure and time have other things in mind, and weather vanes can't turn away no matter what they want. And how far can you chase what the wind takes over mountains and out to the sea, floating away, nothing to say but wait for me. Stay like nothing can stay but sailing away to the blue. Hard to surrender, feather light, heavier, to believe what you lose is not meant for you. Scatter the ashes, blow dandelions, all gone white and light as the air. The birds going south, the breath from your mouth, nothing can keep them here.
Welcome back.
Nice job, Heather Lloyd.
Thank you.
You sound nice on the internet.
Did I really?
Yeah, you really do.
Okay, that's really important and good.
When we first started doing the web streams, or maybe about 3 or 4 months in, we did a lot of stereo panning, so that when I would whisper to people, I would always pan it hard to the left, just to creep people out. Although only like 3 people ever listen to their headphones, whatever. But it's more fun to make weird noises when it can pan directly into the earballs.
Did you ever watch The Dark Crystal?
Of course, you watch The Dark Crystal.
I did, yes.
He's a very good Garthroom.
Okay.
Best Garthroom. That's neither here nor there. I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, with my weirdness. It's fine.
It's okay. No, I think you're just interrupting weirdness with other weirdness. It's not. It's all of a piece.
Laura Lee, I hear that in my Heather. You sounds excellent. Crystal Huff, it's so nice to have you here. Mara, I miss you. I know I've gotten to see you and David relatively recently, but man, it just ain't as constant as it used to be. So I hope you are making something incredible right now. I like to think that maybe some socks have been produced while we're playing this set.
For some reason, I was thinking like she would be making like cupcakes or something.
No, she is a seamstress extraordinaire.
Okay.
Knitting, sewing.
Maybe I just want a cupcake. That might be it.
But you're like on no sweets right now, right?
I am. I'm trying to eat
made me
well
good.
on tour, not eat sweets on tour.
Heather and I, when we first got on the road, we thought like, you know what, we're going to get on the road and, we're not going to be able to afford food, so we're going to get thin and svelte. And then every place we played, they were like, we can't quite pay as much as you deserve, but here we made this fried food that's been fried, and it's been dipped in something fried. Would you like something to drink that's fried? Sigh.
So the only thing I'm going to say is he's probably got 2 songs, correct? 2. This.
Dot.
He's got 2. He's got more than 2.
2 is probably about right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
I ask maybe that one of them could be the thing I didn't get to hear last night that I wanted to hear. But I want them to be in whatever order you feel most comfortable and inspired by.
I I don't know what to play, so I should play that song, right? Because
Good save.
I don't know what to play. Cool. This is a song inspired by my great-grandfather, and he came over here from China, and he was gonna. His whole goal, he had a fiance in China, and his whole goal was to come over here, make his fortune in America, go back and get her, bring her back to the U.S. and live happily ever after. So that's what he tried to do. He came over here. He built a grocery business that did okay, and he put his money together, and he's like, all right, phase 2. So on the boat ride back to China, he got involved in a card game where he gambled away everything that he owned. So he arrived with nothing, and his fiance's dad was like not super happy about this turn of events. So somehow decided, well, you guys should still get married, and I'll pay for that, and I'll pay to send you back to United States. And then he also paid to have one of her brothers go along with them to make sure that my great-granddad never gambled again. And and he didn't. But also as a sort of byproduct of that, one of the worst things that you could be caught doing in the house that my grandma and my great aunts and uncles grew up in was to be found in possession of dice or cards. So that's where this song started, and then it kind of took on its own life after that. It's called Not in My House. Well, Granddaddy had a problem. They say he couldn't quit till he lost the family fortune on some kind of sure bet. But he crawled back up from nothing until his children came of age. If he caught them playing dice or cards, he'd slap their face and say, not in my house. Not while I breathe. My sons ain't gonna fall into that trap that almost swallowed me. It's your life, boy. Gonna waste it if you choose, but you won't do it underneath my roof. Oh, not in my house. Well, now my daddy, he's a good man, always taught the golden rule. Till my older brother David brought a boyfriend home from school. Dad said, go on and pack a suitcase, he ain't welcome anymore. Then he tossed him out like garbage, and just before he'd slam the door, said, not in my house, not while I breathe. 'Cause this is God's law, boy, just ain't up to you or me. You can waltz right into hell if that's what you want to do, but you won't do it underneath my roof. Oh, not in my house. Not in my house. Well, a man's home is his castle. I've always heard it said, and whether you like it or you don't, well, that's just the way it is. Well, now it's Christmas, 10 years later, and I've got children of my own, and I've gathered all the family, and I've opened up my home, and then David and his husband and their kids come walking in, and Daddy starts right into screaming till I grabbed a hold of him, said, not in my house, not while I breathe. You can change your mind or shut your mouth, or you can leave. 'Cause that's your own flesh and blood. Go on and curse him if you choose, but you won't do it underneath my roof. Oh, not in my house. Not in my house. No.
Wow, nice.
I love that song so much. It's so brilliant on so many levels. I mean, not to like just gas you up totally, but I love it, especially in the context of current bullshit, because it's the way it's structured is your grandfather's a good guy, you know, like, I mean, at the core, and you're with these characters like from the beginning, you know, who are like overcoming things and whatnot, and then it's, I don't know, it's a really good reminder of that thing we all constantly forget, that people are not just this one belief they hold and are much more complicated. I don't know, I just particularly love that song.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I'm an angry human,
Yes.
and I spend a lot of time trying not to throw people away, and I struggle with that. And we are in a difficult time in America where the majority of us are trying to throw the other half away. Like, can I say majority in the other half? You know what I mean?
I mean, to be fair, the majority is like maybe just an inch over half, even if that.
think it's
Like,
more-
you know, it
But,
seems like it's Anyway, sorry, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, no,
I got that.
One of the things that touring really highlighted to me is that, that people are not monolithic, especially when you compare them to their social media posts. So I run our sound on my phone, and whether it's the open mic or here in the Lair. But it means that every once in a while I accidentally receive messages while I'm live, or while I'm thinking about I should be thinking about sound. And so another ex-girlfriend has just informed me that she's taken her kids and they're moving to Paraguay. And I'm not quite sure why
someone else
Paraguay.
that just came up.
And I think there's probably a good reason, but like I'm sure that there's some combination of like cheap land and good health care or whatever else.
And there are certain places, like Uruguay is one that generally a lot of American expats have found is very easy to blend into. I've heard from some people.
And we've had that conversation of like, if you've got kids, or if you're worried about things or your future or whatever, now's the time to go. And I think about that, and I realized, I don't have kids. I'm not planning on having kids. I will not have kids. Despise the idea of little Robs. And but I foster these communities, whether as fans of ilyAIMY or my open mics or whatever else. And that is like the only thing I can do. That is the only superpower that I have, and that is my only little place where I can foment my own little communities of safety, maybe revolution, but at least shelter. And so I made the conscious decision of like, no, actually, I don't think it's necessarily cowardice that I'm not going to up and sell my house and leave America right now. It's a conscious decision, and I'm happier with myself making a conscious decision, for better or for worse. Neither here nor there. This is a song about what I hope we will foment eventually and be new Americans under some other mental auspice. Hard intro. I like taking this to red towns because they dance to it. This year has been an exercise in just how much I should sympathize with the fallacy of compromise and knowing when to duck. Who's in, who's out? You gotta learn just when to bail out. This year has been the exercise, and I'm all worn out. I wish there was a pill. Take it quick and never feel ill. Fall in line, try swallow too and never read the bill. I wish there was a pill. Take it quick and never question it. It's the medicine band. It's the cure for being an American. This year has been an exercise, but it's better than a diet. Obsessing over something size and swearing everyone's a liar. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. You gotta know what it is and what it's all about. This year has been the exercise. I'm all worn out. I wish there was a pill. Take it quick and never feel ill. Fall in line, try swallow too and never read the bill. I wish there was a pill. Take it quick and never question it. It's the medicine band. It's the cure for being an American. We used to say, I don't care what you look like, I don't care what you make. We used to say, I don't hate the player, I sure just hate the game. We used to say, I don't care where you came from, I just care why you came. Yeah. But today, somehow a brave new world has seen a brand new day. So be careful what you say. Take this pill, take it quick and never feel ill. Click to sign, try swallow too and never read between the lines. Take this pill, take it quick and never question shit. It's the medicine band, but how is this American? This year has been an exercise in just how much I can exercise my willingness to empathize with anything around me. Get out, get out, get out, get out. You gotta know that you'll fail now. This year has been the exercise, and I'm so much stronger now. We don't need a pill, something saccharine to never feel ill. I'm feeling fine. You gotta learn to read between the lines. And we need a pill. Take the poison in, but always question it. Take your medicine, man. We're gonna be the brand new Americans. We need a pill, something saccharine to never feel ill. I'm feeling fine. You gotta learn to read between those lines. We need a pill. Just take the poison in, but always question it. Take your medicine, man. We're gonna be the brand new Americans, yeah. Got my finger cut in the
I
sound
heard.
hole. There's a song called New American. Thank you very much for listening. We got one last song, 268th, live from the Lair. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I'll turn things back to our wonderful guest, Andrew, to finish things out.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and thank you so much for joining me in my little freaking basement.
Yeah, this was nice. This was nice. I'm glad to have come to Maryland.
I'm glad you came too.
It all worked out route-wise. I'm gonna finish with a cover song because I've been doing doing this at the end of some of my shows, and I like doing it. I like to end on. I feel like I have like a lot of fairly heavy-ish material, so I like to do this. This is a Daniel Johnston song. I don't know if you're familiar with Daniel Johnston. He was sort of a legendary weirdo in the Austin scene. He would hang out at the comic book shop and sell his art, and he would also try to sell his music. And his music was like, I don't know, it's these strange little outsider type of songs. He didn't really know to tune his guitar very well, and he also didn't understand the idea of tape duplication. So if he would be like, hey, I'm Daniel, do you want to buy my tape? And somebody's like, yeah, I'll buy your tape. He'd be like, cool. And then he would sell you his tape, and then he would have to go home and play his whole album again into his tape machine to sell you the next one, to sell the next person the next one.
That's a freaking artist.
He's a weirdo. It turned out he was schizophrenic. And there's a whole documentary about him called The Devil and Daniel Johnston, about his sort of struggles with his mental health and etc. But he wrote these wonderful songs, and as a good example of how interesting the writing of Daniel Johnston is, Tom Waits covered Daniel Johnston. Tom Waits has a cover of Daniel Johnston's song King Kong, but this is not that song. Thank y'all for listening to us. True love will find you in the end. You'll find out just who is your friend. Oh, don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end. This is a promise with a catch. Only if you're looking will it find you. 'Cause true love is searching too. But how will it recognize you unless you step out into the light, the light, the light, the light, the light? Oh, don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end. Oh, don't be sad, I know you will. And don't give up until true love will find you in the end.
I like that for an end song.
Yeah, it's nice. It's sweet.
Sorry, I messaged 2 again. Damn it. I'm out of practice with my feet.
That's all right. It's all right. I'm not. How is it messaging? Like when you?
Do you actually care?
I guess not.
Okay, there we go. And then I'll answer off the air then. It's slightly more complicated than it ought to be. But
Okay.
it's actually really simple, but it's a
It's
funny,
just
it's
sending
a
it,
funny
yeah.
technical thing.
Andrew, thank you so much. I mean, Andrew's a songwriter. He's one of the best, and he's friends with the best, and he really just has great recordings out there. So he's on Bandcamp like we're on Bandcamp.
Yeah.
he has an album he put out not long ago called The Villain Is Right.
The Villain Is Right. That's a little whiles, and then the more recent one is called Animals on the Moon, and that one is a vinyl only release. So you can get the digital version of it on the Bandcamp, but it's not on any of the streaming services anywhere. So you can get it from me, or you can get it from nowhere. But I'm really proud of it. So go check it out on the store. Sorry. I thought you were looking at me.
I'm in a
like,
mood.
Huh?
I'm in a mood now.
I'm sorry.
Because you don't want to know more about the thing that I do with my feet. And
I do.
Okay,
I do.
yeah, that's the right
but,
answer.
But you.
That's okay. We'll talk about
You
it later.
said to talk. Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Suggested
your phone number from Heather, and I'll just text you tomorrow morning.
just like a whole novella.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna
Okay.
love it. You'll be like, this is so freaking technical. This is deep. And then I'll be like, and it's a metaphor for life. And you'll be like, oh my God, you
then
actually
he's
work
gonna
great with your
write
feet.
The song
Yeah.
about it.
So, anywho, next week
I'm
we've
not
got
going to write a song about it.
Eli Lev as our
Oh, yeah,
special
Eli's
guest, and I don't know what he's bringing me, because he brings all sorts of instruments to all sorts of different things. So I might just throw a mic in the corner and hope for the best.
I feel like this as a companion to Eli. Eli is the happiest, sunshiniest.
Sunshine.
Everything is gonna be great. Like,
Are you
anytime-
saying that I'm not?
I think you are a realist who often enjoys exposing the dark underbelly of life. Not because it is distasteful, but because it is there. And I enjoy that type of thing. Whenever Eli and I wind up on the same bill together, I'm like, oh, I am meant to be the dark shadow to your joy.
That's good.
It's important to have contrast. We'll have a lot of contrast next week. But I'm really excited to finally get to know Eli a little bit better. We've been in the same scene for a long time. I turned him on to his manager, and he's done very, very well by that. And I'm just so grateful to have him back in Maryland for a hot sec. And then I'm going to shove him in the basement, because that's what I do with my friends.
There you go.
And,
But we let them out again, and they are alive when we let them out.
yeah.
He's got a whole tour schedule and shit.
I'll post a picture tomorrow somewhere holding
Proof of
that
Today's
newspaper.
newspaper.
Not today's newspaper. That would just
Wise.
further suggest that I was dead.
The man's a thinker. Can't stop him.
All right, folks.
We hope to see you this weekend. We'll be playing in Sykesville, but you need an invitation for that, so you can go to ilyAIMY.com and look that up.
You don't need an invitation to come and see me at Black Ankle Vineyards on Friday, which looks like Hobbiton, if you're looking for a winery that dovetails nicely with all of your nerd feelings.
Or if you're in Chapel Hill, Carborough area of North Carolina on, I think it's the 25th.
Jamie, if you're tuned in right now, or if you watch this later, when are you there?
I'm blanking. It's
Go
either
to Andrew.
It's the 25th or 26th. It's on my webs. No, it may not be on my effing website. Anyway, I'm having a show this weekend at a place called the Treehouse, which is a house concert.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna be a good vibe. I'm playing with Wes Collins, so there you
Nice.
go.
Hot.
All right. We're gonna let Andrew out of the basement. We don't murder people here in the basement.
Usually.
Bye.
Sweet dreams, Robustiano. Good night, Crystal
Bye.
Huff. Bye, Mara.
Bye.
How many socks did you make? Oh,
Yeah,
Crystal
my
Huff
website
says-
is out of date. I'm sorry, Crystal. I apologize.
Man, that's the challenge of the indie musician is yep, I got no one to blame but me.
I don't. Anyway.
Wah wah. Have a great night, everyone. I'm gonna click this button.
2, everybody. 2.